the holy law, an eternal law that is not exclusive to any place or any time. Some laws are created by specific people at a particular point in time, and then the laws are enforced temporarily, for years or perhaps even centuries. Those laws are only enforced within a specific region, and that region can grow or shrink over time, and then grow again and shrink again. Because the enforcement of these laws in any particular place are temporary, we can call them temporal laws, or the exercise of temporal power, which is the imposing by force of these laws which can change. These enforced laws can be revised, amended, and even repealed or voided, as in reversed such that they are deemed to never have been valid, as an enforced law all the way back to the beginning of that so-called temporary law of temporary force. Further, there are even specific rules governing how these laws can be changed. We know they're temporary because there's rules for changing them. However, those rules that govern over the changing of temporal laws are also only temporal. They are the temporary activity of the temporary use of temporary force. In contrast to those laws, which only apply exclusively in particular places and particular times and other limited conditions, there is an entirely distinct realm of law which we will now explore. Inclusive and or exclusive. Now, when we are using language, we recognize contrasting categories, such as day and night. We can also identify smaller subcategories like the morning and the afternoon. Morning and afternoon are not only distinct from each other, but are also included within the broader category of day. So we can say that all the categories above are times, also called periods of time or divisions of time. Within the day time is the morning time and the time of afternoon. Within every week there will be both the nights and also the days, which include mornings and afternoons. Language is a system of overlapping categories, some very large or vague, and some very small or precise. Every category can be divided into exclusive subcategories. Further, each category is itself a limited portion or subset of a categorical label that is even more inclusive. The realm of the holy. However, there's a logical limit to inclusiveness. There is a label in language for a category that is distinct from all other categories. In contrast to other categories that exclude, there is a category that does not exclude anything. It is all inclusive. We can label that realm the realm of the holy. It includes all other exclusive realms. It's like a tree that includes all of the branches of the tree and everything within all of those branches. It's also like a huge mansion that includes every room within the mansion and, of course, everything within each room. The realm of the holy includes all distinctions in language, all categories in language, all contrasts in language, and all exclusions in language. There's nothing outside of it or beyond it. It's all inclusive. It's the realm of language itself. It is the realm of labels and even of words and concepts such as early in the morning. That's a precise period of time, more precise than just the morning. Early in the morning. Or Another concept like the temporary imposing of temporary laws. It's a concept in language. It's a category. It's a focusing of consciousness. And the realm of the holy covers all possible focuses, all possible subjects, all possible targets, all possible experiences, all possibilities. To God, nothing is impossible. To the holy, impossible is just a relative category in language. Now, what does the holy do? We may have been informed that the holy is what spoke to divide the day from the night. That is correct, because language itself is one activity of the holy. Further, any activity which arises is the activity of the holy. There's nothing outside of the inclusive. The word holy means complete, as in total, or entire, or inclusive, or undivided, or whole. That's what holy means. So day and night are just linguistic categories. There's no tangible division between day and night. In fact, day and night are not even times in the absolute sense, but places. It's always daytime somewhere and nighttime somewhere else. Like when it's winter in one place, it could be summer somewhere else. When the day seems to arrive where I am, I call that the arrival of the day. However, according to the idea of a planet that spins near a bright source of light called the sun, I am the one who arrived to the place of day, to the region of space where the sun's light is directly shining on that place on the earth. And that place on the earth has turned or rotated to be facing the sun, to be in the place of day. It's rotated out of the place of night. And then another several hours later, the place where I am, if I stay in the same place, basically, on the earth, and the place where I am rotates back into the night time, or back into the place of night. So what does the holy do? The unholy speaks to divide this from that. One category from another contrasting category. What is done without the holy? I haven't covered everything that the holy does, but one thing that we're familiar with, if we have studied Jewish or Christian or Islamic literature, even some other traditions, we're going to know that the holy is what spoke to divide things and to create things through speaking of words. So what is done without the holy? So the holy includes the sun which shines, and the earth which spins, and the human who talks about all of this. Language specifies or focuses on the various aspects of the holy and how they interact, how they're related. Does the holy include language? The holy is all-inclusive. What is done without the holy? The holy is the source of all activity. When the sun shines, that's the holy naming the sun and causing it to shine. When the earth spins, that is the holy naming the earth and causing it to spin. When the human talks about all of this, that is the holy identifying the presence of a human and then causing it to do whatever it may be doing, to say whatever it may be saying, and to experience whatever it may be experiencing. The holy can use language to identify a series of actors or identities, such as, my fist opened up to create a new thing which did not exist before. My fist disappeared, and suddenly in its place appeared a hand with outstretched fingers, and then soon my fingers picked up my cup, and then my cup lifted my water up to my mouth because the cup was very strong. And when the cup lifted my water to my mouth, that's where my water suddenly disappeared and was gone. The full cup was replaced by an empty cup simply because my water chose to dive into my mouth. Now, all of that is just a creative sequence in language. That is the kind of thing that the holy can do. It can use language to focus on particular patterns. What exists outside of the holy? So using language, the holy can invent the idea of isolated identities that are exclusive. The holy can invent the idea in language of some isolated identity that is not acting as a branching of the tree, that is apart from the tree. This branch is apart from the tree. The holy can claim that a particular branch is against the tree, the rebel of the tree, the enemy of the tree, or even the savior of the tree. That branch will be destined to save the tree from being a tree, or whatever. An isolated identity can issue a threat against the Almighty to terrify the Almighty, or attempt to terrify the Almighty, because when a branch threatens to take the treeness away from the tree and make it into a lumber, well, the branch can't threaten the tree with making the tree into lumber. It's just not how it works. The holy author, however, can play, can pretend. The holy author can create a drama in which one character in the story threatens the author with disrupting the writing process, or even with threatening their authority as author of the drama. I, says the branch, not you, am the real authority here, said the character, the rebel branch. And the character said that proclamation with the great confidence of someone in a panic of delusion. Sincere confidence, not necessarily accurate or precise, but sincere and confident. I am the real authority here, said the deluded, panicking branch. I personally dare you to threaten the almighty, eternal, omnipresent, inclusive category with breaking it up into isolated subdivisions, such as destroying the week and replacing it with 7 isolated days, or destroying the day and replacing it with several isolated hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever. Destroying hours and just replacing them with 60 minutes. It's so much destruction. I dare you to destroy the holy temple and then to replace it 3 days later with a bunch of unholy things, such as bricks and walls and floors and ceilings and curtains and, unholy things. What does the holy obsess about? Let's think about this one.